Welcome back, guys. In this video today I'm going to show you how we can add a search bar on top of our menu items so that in our free home delivery ordering form, as a user, I am able to search for certain items and then add them to the cart. So the basic use case is, let's say, let's go down and I have, I want to search for noodles, right? So, oops, sorry, NWO, right? So I'm searching for noodles and I get all the items which are noodles, and if I clear it out I get the menu back again. So this is something which we are going to address today. This is a very common functionality, and what we will do is introduce this search component. So okay, so I was running that particular app on port 9000 to show you the demo, and now we are back to our original app where we don't have the search menu, sorry, the search bar. Okay, let's first look at our structure. There's some errors, I will look at that later, but basically our right now Vue component structure is that we have a menu items, and then in that we have a menu items component. So yes, it's a bit messed up. I think we need a refactor for this particular component, but right now what we are looking at is adding a search bar inside order menu items on top of menu items, right? So this is our order menu items. Inside the wrapper I will have my component. Why don't we call it menu search.view? Okay, and okay, so this is our markup, the basic one, and then why don't we import it? And in here I will just let Vue know that I am importing that component, and menu search is my component which I'll add here, and I'll also pass items as props. Okay, now to do that I'll need to tell my Vue component in here that, oops, sorry, I'll get items in here. Okay, let's save it. Is my, okay, there's some problem in here. All right, I think what has happened is I have updated node and then I haven't done an npm, so I'll just do that and I'll be back again to get rid of this error. All right, so my reinstallation of node modules is done, and now if I hit refresh, I have the search box here. I'll just add one class, margin bottom 3, just to have some spacing around this area. Okay, and now let's see, what are we trying to do? We have the search string which is a data, so we'll just add that. We'll return an object which will have search string which is empty, right? What we will do is, let me save it, refresh. Okay, whenever I am making a change, okay, in this input field, I would like to have this list understand that this is changing, and based on that it needs to update. Now where is this list? This list is coming as props all the way from order group, right? So order group, which is our parent component, which is responsible for fetching the data, sending it to all the components, is it needs to be aware of this change which I'm doing in here, and based on that it needs to update itself, right? So how do you do that? What I'm trying to do is, again, this is based on my last episode where we used event bus. This is almost the tipping point where, as a developer, you can say that, I need to, implement Vuex and stores, because, I am, trying to cheat the Vue by, using event bus and raising all kinds of events. But yeah, I think for now, to keep things simple, what we will do is we will have an event being raised when this thing is changing. Okay, it will raise an event saying, this text field has changed. This order group will read that event and then filter that particular thing. Okay, so let's look at how we can do that. Okay, so in our new component, which is this menu search, we are going to hit upon a new Vue API, which is watch. Okay, what watch allows us to do is basically, as the name suggests, keep a watch on any of the data properties which we have. Okay, which means anytime this search string changes, we will have this function being called. Value changed, type the value. If I now come over here, hit refresh, B, C, T. So any new change is recorded here. Okay, so we'll keep it simple for now. Now we need to fire events when this is happening. Okay, but we will have two kinds of things. When this is changing, we will have one kind of an event, and when it is empty, changed, this is null, right? Or this is empty, so we need to fire a different kind of an event. All right, now before we do that, we need to send out the updated list of items. Okay, so what I am trying to do is, the search component is responsible for getting the items and sending only the filtered items back. Okay, that way, there is a kind of a separation of concern where my group component just needs to know what is the updated list of items, and it will just propagate it through props to all the components who needs to be aware of it, right? So we will introduce one more concept, which is computed properties. Okay, is it a no, it's an object, and we will call it filtered list, filter, filtered list. Okay, it's again a function, and this is where we will do the filtering. Okay, so I will run the filter function on the items. So return this dot items dot filter. Okay, in that we will get individual items, right? And in that we will do return item dot name. Okay, we will start doing some kind of pipelining to it. So we'll first do it to lower case. We'll call this function over item name. Once this is lowercased, we will there is a function called includes. Okay, the includes will, because this is an array, I'm sorry, this is a string, so it will return whether this is present or not. It's kind of a string match. So I will return this if this dot search string, to lowercase, okay, is true. Okay, so but basically what I'm saying is, whenever this computed property is basically, this is a data property which is available inside my view template. It's an array. Okay, it's an array of items which are filtered based on this condition. Now, what is this condition? We are saying that item.name means this. Okay, it's item. Okay, so item.name, we will first lowercase it, so that if someone starts typing chicken with a C capital, then it should still search for any dishes which has chicken with C small, right? So we'll do everything lowercase, and then we will run the function includes, and we will search the actual string which is being binded to this text box. Okay, so if things are running as we expected, I think we should be able to see some change inside our search component at least. So I have items, I have filtered list. Now let's do noodles, right? And you can see inside our computed properties we have only 3. This is what I was talking about as filtered computed properties. So if you see, it's like a data. I can if I want, I can print it here, filtered list. I'll hit refresh. Okay, it will show me the entire menu items, objects which are being printed here. And if I do noodles, okay, I'm sure it is getting smaller and bigger. So I can do chicken, and this will, all right, I think this is good enough. This is unique, so I'll get only one object. So yeah, this is how things are working. But now we have got the basic thing in place. Okay, I have filtered list, which I now need to pass from this component till here. Okay, I could have done props, but I really don't like that idea, because I feel that your hierarchy then becomes a constraint on how your component works. At least the event bus, in a way, doesn't really make you depend on the location of your component or your hierarchy of the component. Okay, so I'll remove this. Whenever there is a change, okay, if my value is not equal to empty, which means I have not cleared it, right? Or yeah, okay, let's stick to that. So when this is not empty, I'll do window.eventBus $emit. Just say it's filtered list, and we will pass this dot filtered list. Okay, and when it is empty, we'll send this dot items. Okay, because that's the props. Oh no, we will not pass anything. We will just say the event is clear filtered list. Okay, so these are the only 2 events which are being propagated from menu search. Okay, now these 2 needs to be tackled here inside order group. So we'll have this on, let's just say, handle filtered list. Okay, we'll have this function over here, filtered list. Okay, and the other one was this. I need to read that in here as well, $on. Now we have a situation in here. We will need to, so I'll show you what is the problem, I think, first. So in handle list, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, where is the data menu items, right? This is being propagated to all the components, if I'm not wrong. Yes, items as menu items. So whenever handled filtered list is being called, I'll say this dot menu items is filtered list. Now that should basically change the menu list, okay, menu items, and all the components will know that. So hit refresh. We don't have any errors. BAR, and we have this. But now look at the fun. When I clear it out, it doesn't know what to do. It got confused. That's because my the filtered list is now based on the new menu items which is being passed in here. Okay, which means let hit refresh, and we have BARM. That's fine. Now I have one, but then when I'm running when it is changing, it doesn't find other elements, because inside my search this items has changed. This item has changed because order groups menu items have actually been changed to a new filtered array. It doesn't have the original list of menu items. And so what we need to do is, that's why this if condition, we will come over here, we'll keep original menu items. Okay, let's cheat a bit. Methods. Okay, I have menu items as this, so I'll also populate this. Okay, and now I have the original items in here. Okay, the T is big, I want it small. So I have original menu items, and when I have clear filtered list, I know that the value is empty. And so what I will do is this dot menu items is equal to this. Okay, I need to mention it here. So this is my on, this dot this. So we have introduced two new listeners. We have filtered list, which is being handled by handle filtered list. What it does is it gets the new filtered list and it just assigns it, right? So our order group is really not concerned about what is the filtered list. It just accepts it and it sets the menu items as the new filtered list. Our group item also listens to this clear filtered list, and it understands that the value is now empty, and so what it does is the menu items are now assigned with the original menu items. So I think if we have a bit of luck in here, what we have done should now work, and it does. So we have this. So if I search for that noodles, it is coming up in here, and if I hit empty, then it does that. However, again, there is a known bug, which is, let's say if I do C A, right, and if I hit backspace, it is not coming to chicken. It should ideally show chicken. That's because we have only handled, where is that, an empty. Okay, if it is empty, then what we can, I'll try to also tackle that particular case in my subsequent video. But yeah, that's how we do a filter on an existing list of items. So now as a user, I can do soup. Okay, the user wants this, I can add it here. Then I can do rice, and let's say he wants this, and we can add a cross button here so that he can clear the search and he can add things as he wants to. So yeah, I think this was an interesting and important concept in terms of how we can add a watch to any of our data property, and then use computed properties to create certain data properties which are derived from the existing data properties. And yeah, I think these are very important things in Vue.js, and you should get good hold of these two items so that you are well aware of when you can use it. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like the videos, do click on the thumbs up icon and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, I would like to request that if you have any questions, or you want me to solve certain kinds of problems in Laravel or Vue.js, you can definitely get onto the community tab and post a comment to me, and tell me what kind of problems you're facing, and I'll try to solve them as much as I can, based on my time availability. And if I find your problem or the requirement interesting enough, you may never know, I will create a video out of it. So yeah, looking forward to your feedback on this kind of videos, and bright questions and ideas. Thank you.